I think it's about time I talk about the future of TDS. Now, I've been playing it for a long time. In fact, my channel has mainly been built off of Tower Defense Simulator. And yes, while this may not be a normal typical video, I still recommend that you watch hopefully all the way through, because I think there's some pretty important things I have to say. And yes, I guess I can get started. The future of TDS. Now, I'm probably going to be talking about both the future of maybe my channel and TDS, because there's a few things wrong with TDS that might essentially become a pretty big problem later. If you notice my channel, I've lately been uploading Pixel Gun Tower Defense videos. So I'm kind of, moving a little bit away from TDS, even though it's the very game I built my channel on. And the main reason I'm doing this is because pretty much everything in TDS has already kind of run out. Every single mode has been played, speedruns have been done, most entertaining challenges have been done as well. Unless you're trying to get really creative, you won't really find any good ideas, I think. So yeah, in terms of content, there's really not that much to make. Unless there's going to be TDS updates, my videos are probably going to slow down. And then the next big problem is the updates. TDS doesn't exactly have fast updates, and yes, it's alright. I don't really expect any developers to be working too hard on their game. I still feel like there's kind of way too little community interaction between the devs and the community. The devs almost never really talk to the community. They don't ask them what towers they want, or, all of that in terms of new content. Of course, they ask them about, how current things are going, like they had golden perk surveys. But as for events and a lot of the changes they make, they don't really talk to anybody about them. Now, they may be talking to like the testing team, but the testing team is really different from the rest of the community. And so a lot of the updates we get, like, you could probably make 1 or 2 videos on them, but after that, it's just gonna be some sort of milking, like kind of what Wikia Colors does with his event videos, where he just does one tower versus event. The kinds of videos I'm really looking to make are ones that grab your attention, like kind of that secret map on Pixel Gun Tower Defense video. It's really something new. It blows everyone's mind when you see it. As for when you're already trying to implement some sort of creative idea into a mode that's already been seen on YouTube 10,000 times, not very entertaining. Now, this doesn't just apply to YouTube. I'm talking about the game itself. The last time we got any new mode was hardcore mode. This is, of course, if we're not talking about events. But ever since they added hardcore mode, they also simultaneously removed golden mode and hidden wave. So they're kind of sacrificing one form of content for another. And I don't like that. I really want to see, polluted wastelands, for example. I feel like that was a pretty staple map of TDS. Every time you join a public lobby, you'd always see people gathering up at Mega to play polluted wastelands. It was just a really nice thing to have. And now Mega's practically useless. So yeah, I'm not really a big fan of that. And instead of focusing on all of the little things like they have been for a very long time, they're just saying, oh, we're gonna fix things up, gonna change the systems, make the game perform better, change the balancing, and then we're gonna add new stuff. But I think it's pretty clear we've all waited long enough. Even in the state the game is currently in, I feel like it would be fine if we just add something new. And balances aren't exactly hard to do. A lot of the testing team is really good at the game, and they know how to balance out towers. For example, like the shotgunner. The testing team did help out with balancing that, and now we have a pretty good shotgunner. So it's not like the devs can't do it, but come on, you can see the TDS player count is already drying out, and ever since the Frost Invasion update, yeah, the game still looks pretty dang similar. So the way the future of TDS currently is looking is that the game is probably just gonna slowly fall out of popularity. Like, for example, tower battles. It never really dies, it just has a lower player count, and that's mainly just longer term grinders staying on the game who still enjoy it. Of course, I'm not 100% sure that's going to be the outcome, because they obviously have a much bigger development team that is pretty committed to their job. So what could happen is that the player count pretty much just stays at where it currently is. I'm really going to trust the developers here, saying that they're going to add new stuff after all of the miniature changes like balances and all that. I really think they are going to add things like chaos mode and evolve towers, but at that point TDS might just have way too few players, because in the time we're waiting for all of that, I mean, it's just boring. And as I said, this kind of also ties into the future of my channel. I don't know if I'm gonna play TDS. Like, of course I'm gonna play it whenever there's content to make on it, but I might be switching things up a little bit here and there with some other tower defense games. After all, I like tower defense, the genre in general. If you guys really want it, I could try testing out some other games on Roblox that are not tower defense, I don't really think that's gonna happen, mainly because tower defense is why you guys are all here for. But I feel like I've been building up a larger community, large enough to talk about this, because of course in YouTube, when you start making content, at first the audience is going to watch your videos because they're your videos. A little bit later, they're going to watch your videos because they like your style. And the true fans would really watch because of your personality. And I feel like a lot of my audience kind of enjoys my style because they were so easily accepting of my Pixel Gun Tower Defense videos, even though it was very clearly not TDS, which everybody was used to. So yeah, to sum things up, the future of TDS has a lot of potential. If the devs start interacting more with the community, and really adding things that people want to see, I feel like this game could pick up, you know, get maybe 15,000 or maybe even 20,000 average players. And as for the future of my videos, I'm probably just going to keep doing what I'm doing, try and make my videos as interesting as possible, sometimes switch it up, but stick to tower defense. And don't worry, I'm not leaving Tower Defense Simulator so long as there's actually stuff to make videos on. And before I go, I should mention that I'm pretty sure I'm going to be talking to the developers at some point. I'll probably get across the points I said in this video to them. Hopefully they'll understand and take some ideas perhaps. I'm pretty hopeful about TDS though. Anyways, these commandos in the background are pretty cool, and see ya.